Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Ka 24/7.ai kumka global leader haga intent-driven customer solutions and contact center service. Minta ka singi ka arp santrik unailar arajar arpulai kala pelat yaki Laitylli ki community development program ki bapher ya ki tip kumka project udan project nirmalaya bat ka women empowerment kum shibenta ka jing peteng ban wanra ka jing kela ka roi ka par hapo ka Jylla mikhalia. Hagani ka sngila yoro ya ka jing kren na ka Nina Nair, Senior Vice President HRD Head India and America, Jong ka 24/7.ai, Namit Jauhari, Country Head India 24/7.ai, but Gauri Shankar Vishnav, VP, but Center Head, Jong ka Hyderabad, but Shillong 24/7 AI. Ka 24/7 AI ka ka company ka banin kong ban bo ya ka international BPO ka bala Treikam ha Shillong hagi Arsenal ki bala dem. Bat kani kala nangyar nado ka ka por ha ka bakala long ka jing Pyllait na ka benta ki samla ha Pynkhlaiñ ka Jylla. Kum shi benta na ka jing don yiki kam ki bapher kum ka project udan kalong ka lat ban play na ka benta ki kena samla bakin tip syapang ki lat tre batru bakin tip kum ka new technology kabalong kalat yaki bakin yok kam yok jam batru bakin la ban pentebit ya ke jingla ban penyadai jongki bat kiwei lingba ke BPO sector nalor kani ke 24/7 ka ai jing kershan ru i lokme bakin yok kam yok jam da ka ba ai jing kai pentebit yaki hagilang bapher kum katali i kam office nya kali so jan batru kum ki beautician pat kani ka company ka train ka benta ban kintiu ya ka jinglong light lo kilong kami hamighalia bakin la ban wanra ya ka roi ka par ha ka Jylla ka we pat ka lat aikam lani ka project ka balai ka de ka project nirmalia ka ba ka jing thmu ka long ban khmi bania batru ban yele ban weng ya ka jing e no school shiteng por jong ki khna na ka daw ka jing bombyang ka jing kho jing suba batru ki jaka lech shabar habaya keren yikini kila Treikam menteri rangba ke Jylla Conrad sama ulong ba kalong ke pas ngokmen ban yoi ke jingkeu bat ke Jylla jong ke 24/7 AI ka ba persang ban wanra jing kela hamikhalia bat ke Jylla jong ki ban wanra yikila Treikam bat ru ban kenteu ye ka roi ka par da ka ba pentri kam ye ki ba bon ki project ban aikam ai jam ye ki khna samla shinrang bat kentei bat ru ban wanra ka jingbhan ka benta ki khna school kalong ka ka badan kam ban ya keren shushu ulong rubo ukwa ban yoi bagate ka company haba ka wan shane tang bakan wan kum ka company ni ki break ba su wan shane tang ban yo jing mentoy henry ukwa ban yoi yaki bakin ya trailang hapo ka Jylla ulapan benaru ya ka jing Pyllait ba ya ka integrated command center ha Shillong ka badai shibenta jong ka smart city project baru ulong ru bahagi tayo bansawan ka sarkar Jylla kan sapelai ba ya ki Rukom Treikam ka IT Jong ke Jylla.
As you're aware, we at 24/7 are a veteran in our ITS industry over 23 years. We've been into this work, over 15,000 employees, locations of boasting of locations in places like North America, Central America, South America, 3 locations in India, Philippines. We do this for a living. Our commitment to Shillong today only enhances when we take the next step of launching the CSR Foundation. All of you are aware we launched this pretty looking site. We launched this pretty looking site at 25,000 square feet just maybe a year back last November. Most of you were there to witness that. And I think the next logical step for us was to go and start working on the CSR front as well. Now, it is very important for us to recognize that businesses just don't grow by investing into businesses. They also grow by investing into the community, and that's something very close to for our founders and our owners. And this is a right step in that direction. We believe if we are gonna put Shillong on the ITES map, which is our endeavor today, which makes sure that people from Shillong don't have to go out, people from Meghalaya don't have to go out of the state and work in the same state, help fuel the economy here. We will need to build an ecosystem which enables that. Today is that step in that direction, where we have our first set of trainees who have been part of our skill development program, who are now enabled to be employed, not just by us, but by the world.
Is our youth vocational training program, and our first batch is sitting here today. They received their certificates. We hope to train many more young people and get them ready, not just for what 24/7 does, but also be employable in the state in various other ventures. So the idea is to skill them, get them ready, and make them employable everywhere. The second pillar was women. We are very passionate about women simply because diversity for us is not a fancy word, it is a necessity, because we do believe that unless we have diversity in the organization, we will never get every kind of thinking, every kind of belief coming in and every kind of behavior coming in. Because women think differently, men think differently. If they come together to create something, work together, it will become much more enlightening and better. And therefore, empowerment of women is very important to us. We have done a lot of skilling programs in our other centers, where we've got them trained in vocational programs, for example, tally. We've got them trained in beautician courses, tailoring and so on. In fact, out of the 256 women we trained last year, 139 of them are already either self-employed or are employed in different organizations. So women empowerment indeed is very important, and we are already talking to various organizations in Meghalaya and in Shillong in particular to see how we can take women empowerment further. And finally, what is after my heart is the girl child. I think very important, and I'm sure all of you will agree that if we get the girl child empowered, households will be empowered. It is absolutely essential. We believe, and what we've seen is that girl children drop out of school because they don't have as simple a thing as toilets. And in many of the states where we've done quite a bit of research, we realize it's a common problem. And
I remember mentioning to them that I would like to see you not as business people and not as individuals who come here for the opportunities that are present maybe, but I would like to see you as partners in the growth of the state and the people of the state. And the actions and the kind of activities that they'll be taking up is really something that's commendable. And I really would like to thank them for sticking to this commitment of being partners. And I told them that partnership is important because it means that if you're a businessman, then you come in and you just simply do work as a businessman, you earn and you go away. But when you're a partner, you actually work with us, you are with us in good and bad times, and whatever situation that comes across or comes in front of us, that we will always face it together. And that is really what we can see that 24/7 AI today is doing. It's not just about them and their business that they do, but it is really about them giving back to society and to the state and to the people who are making the organization what it is today. And hence, big congratulations, and I really appreciate the kind of work that they are doing today. And apart from the tourism sector and the agriculture and food processing sector, I have again and again mentioned about the importance and the opportunity that lies in the BPO and the IT sector for our state, simply because of the manpower that we have. And hence today what we are seeing is actually a vision that we had when I was IT Minister in 2008. And unluckily for us, we were there only for a year. But that was a time when we had taken this land and we started laying the foundations for building up an IT sector. But we could only materialize it 10 years later when I came back as Chief Minister. And I took up the challenge and we pushed this particular sector and we got the first IT park ready. As you can see that it is 100% full. And we are almost more than 50% completion of our second phase is going on. I expect that maybe in about a year's time or a year and a half's time, that means by the end of 2024, we should be having the second phase of the IT park also ready, where we'll have roughly about another 5,000 seats of capacity, so that we'll be able to promote the overall ITES sector in the state even further and create more jobs. Not only that, we have also worked towards ensuring that there is enough land available, so that tomorrow, if there are private investors who would wish to come in and invest in the third phase, we would like to work with private partners to be able to then take the IT sector to a new level. Just to share with you that, as was mentioned in the opening remarks, that for IT to really grow up, we need to develop the overall ecosystem. It's not just about creating the infrastructure required, but you need to ensure that everything from the manpower to the other logistical support to the overall obviously infrastructure to the connectivity, all of this matters when you want any industry to develop, but more so in IT. And hence, I would like to share with all of you that very soon we'll be inaugurating our integrated command center for Shillong, which is a part of the Smart City project. This integrated command center is a center where we'll be actually monitoring the entire security arrangements, traffic arrangements, all of these aspects through CCTVs, almost close to 300 CCTVs throughout the state, throughout the city. And then further, the other towns will be connected to it, and this will be a complete integrated command center with a full IT setup that will enable us to really monitor the security arrangements and the other different aspects, emergencies or whatever situation that comes up. This integrated command center will be right next to this IT park. It's going on right now, and we hope that that will be complete soon. Apart from that, you will also be happy to know that we have already initiated the work for a massive data center in Shillong. So that is something that is going to, the work for that is going to start in a couple of months. We hope that we'll be able to come out with the necessary tenders and everything, and I hope that within this financial year we are able to start the work for a data center, because as we know, data center is very essential now in the IT sector, and without a data center it's almost like missing one very, very important part of our IT center. Another very important aspect of the IT sector which we are developing is the overall connectivity, and hence you'll be happy to know that along with MECL and most probably one of the national agencies, either Power Grid or another agency, very soon, within a matter of a month or so, we are going to be working towards having a complete optical fiber network, like a SWAN network throughout the state, and which means that we will be going down to the block level and hopefully even down to the village level. This kind of an optical fiber network that, of course, everything will not happen in one go. It will take time, but at least the district headquarters and then down to the block level, subdivision level, and as I said, hopefully down to the block, to the village level, where then we will be able to then provide Wi-Fi connectivity in even the village level, and especially to the schools and other organizations. So this project also is a very massive project, and we are working, as I said, with all the infrastructural partners that we can think of to be able to help us to achieve that, because you can imagine that if we are able to achieve that, then we will be having very strong connectivity of internet all the way down to the village level. And while we're doing this on optical fiber, we are also working on ensuring that the mobile connectivity also happens, and hence almost close to 1,000 new towers are being constructed as we speak, and we're hopeful that very soon we will see the 4G and possibly the 5G connectivity going down to all the villages. Apart from that, last point, we are also exploring, and it is going in the right direction, and I'm hoping that we should be able to crack this, is that we are working towards ensuring that the submarine link, the cable link at Treikam is accessible to Shillong. So there is a discussion going on with government of Assam and the partners in Bangladesh, and they are trying to get it across to Guwahati, and obviously Shillong comes on the way. And hence we are hopeful that if that were to happen and we were able to get the submarine cable connectivity here, then it would really benefit us in the long run, where we would be able to see the overall cost and quality of connectivity go up by the price come down and quality go up by a large extent. So these are the kind of things that are happening in the IT sector. As you know that I am handling IT myself, and hence this is something that I have been very passionate about, and I believe that there's a huge opportunity in this, and hence we will work towards that. But while we do that, there are two areas which I would like to add more to it, that the human resource training and capacity building is very crucial. So what 24/7 AI is doing is something that's again very commendable. But while they do that, as a government also, there are many programs under Skill Meghalaya program that we are adopting in order to be able to create the right kind of manpower, the exact mapping of the manpower that's required for the different sectors, be it tourism, food processing, or the IT sector, or even human resource requirement abroad in other nations. All of these are being mapped, and we are coming out with many programs. It's an ongoing process, and IT obviously is a very big part of that. And last but not the least, I just want to share with our team for 24/7, because they have been really pushing for this, and I have been somebody who has really also believed that what they've been saying is correct, which is to create a very strong policy for IT enabled services. And hence in the past, if you've seen that as a government and central government as well as state government have given a large amount of incentives for larger industries, but industry specific benefits have not been given. And hence I personally strongly feel that incentives, subsidies, which we are giving through a program, as you know, called CM Elevate. It's a very ambitious program that we have, where we plan to support more than 20,000 startups and businesses. From somebody wanting to start a gym to a gymnasium, to somebody who wants to open up a cinema hall, to even a music studio. The government of Meghalaya will subsidize 30% to almost 70% of the amount. So this kind of program is going on because we feel that if the government is subsidizing and helping, it should be in industries and areas where it gives direct benefit to our youth. So rather than giving large benefits to industries that really don't give us the returns, I should say, is not that productive. So in anything we give in, say for example, in food processing, suppose we could put up a big food processing unit out here, then it helps our farmers. If we are able to put up big hotels out here, then it helps our tourism sector and also provides jobs. And if you're able to put up big IT projects out here, then obviously it gives direct employment to our youth. So keeping that particular thought process in mind, we are on the verge of announcing the IT policy. This has taken us about a year's time. We had elections in between, and hence the work was stopped. But post-election, we started the work again. And now just waiting for the final comments from the industries department. And I'm hoping that within a couple of weeks, not even months, in a couple of weeks to maybe maximum 3 weeks time, I expect that we should be able to roll out and announce the IT policy. And this will be a policy that will really be something which will give incentives in terms of capital investment, incentives in terms of SGST, or in terms of the power benefit, so on and so forth. There'll be many factors. I don't want to go into the details of that, but I just would like to share with the management of 24/7 AI, who actually have been the people who have suggested this to me and asked me that I should move forward, and I like the suggestion, and I'm happy to inform them that it is finally going to happen. But of course, I hope that after that you also fulfill
That's
your
a commitment.
where after we find out that I've done my part, and then you have, then suddenly you disappear. So yeah, I expect that 24/7 AI will further invest in Shillong and in Meghalaya, and we'll see more seats and more job opportunities come up. And I do expect that others also will follow. As I said, we want to create a very strong system, an ecosystem out here for ITS services. But while I say that, just a small comment that I would like to make, that it is also important for us as a society. Our headman is here and other people are here. We also need to realize the kind of work that is going on in the IT sector, and whatever support as a headman and as traditional institutions, as a society, as a youth, that we can give to ensure that we are also sending a positive message, because word of mouth is very important. You may not believe this, but some of you have already heard it, of course. Nina, is it right? So Nina mentioned to me last time that when they were working in Bangalore and other places, there were so many people from Shillong who were working there, and because of the way the people from Shillong were there in terms of not just their quality in terms of how they could perform, but also in terms of their personality and how nice they were. That they were so impressed that they wanted to come to Shillong. They said, we have to set up things out here because these people are great, and they're committed. They are really, they're nice people. And this is the kind of word of mouth that goes around. And it really is what helps us to be able to then project ourselves as a positive place to come in and invest. So I think these small things are things that we don't realize, but it matters a lot. And because of those few employees who worked in their office in Bangalore for whatever period of time they did, that decision to come to Shillong was really, made. And I think these are things we should not forget, and we should realize that it will continue in that line where the word of mouth will spread, that that the kind of people and the kind of manpower, the kind of quality that we are here, that we're getting in Shillong, we don't get anywhere else. Because really our dream and our goal and our vision is to see that Shillong should become one of the key IT hubs in the days and the years to come. Not just Shillong. I'm hoping that we'll be able to spread it across the state and other parts also of the state. We're coming up with a tech park and a knowledge park in Tura also very soon, and so on and so forth. We'll hope that we'll be able to spread it across to other regions of the state very soon. So I would like to see that the whole state would be branded as a state and a manpower place where our youth are able to provide quality and good work service, at the same time people who are very committed, and the right messaging should go in. So that's really what our dream is, and it starts with small steps. So I'm very happy once again to 24/7 AI for what they're doing, and I would like to thank Nina for the different programs that they're doing. As I said, we are one of the few states that is actually working on what we call a life cycle approach to a particular individual's life. So we don't look at just a person who's say 60 plus or 65 plus and we say, well, we need to give health services, but we're looking at a person right from the point of when the baby is conceived to the time the first baby is born, to the first 1,000 days, to the first 5, 6, 7 years of early childhood development, to adolescence, to teenage, and so on and so forth. And for every stage in a child or a person's life, what interventions can be done by the government and what should be the areas of focus. That is the kind of mindset with which we are working today, and you'll be happy to know yesterday there was a review of the health ministry, And Meghalaya is either number 1 or number 2. I don't have the exact number with me, but they said number 1 or number 2, but they said number 1. But I won't say it right now without seeing the numbers myself. They're saying number 1 or number 2 in terms of the percentage of budget that we give to health. So we are one of the highest in the country today in terms of the amount of money that we spend from the budget on health. And that, as I said, is reflective of the kind of programs that we're taking. So adolescence is a very important age for us. And we have a special program. We have a program running specially for early childhood development. Now our adolescence program is starting. And in this adolescence program, we're going to work closely with World Bank and other funding agencies to fund this program. So a lot of things are going on in that line. So, as you move along, as you continue to do the work that you're doing, I'm sure that there'll be many areas where you will see similarity in terms of the kind of ideas that we share. Apart from IT, other things also will be there. And I look forward to a good, long, and a very fruitful partnership with your organization. And once again, thank you for the kind of efforts that you have shown, and I congratulate the youngsters who have completed this training. It's something that you should be happy that you got an opportunity to be able to get this training, and I'm sure that it will go a long way in helping you in your career in the future. So I wish you all the very best, and once again I thank 24/7 AI for all the initiatives that they're taking. Jylla